I texted my dad every night for 6 months after he died. "I'm not your dad," the message began, "but I lost my daughter last year." Welcome to Phoenix Fortis. Today, we delve into a remarkable story of connection born from the deepest well of grief. Our letter comes from a woman named Emily, who, in the raw aftermath of losing her father, found herself doing something many of us might consider. She continued to send text messages to his old number. Just small updates, expressions of love, moments of longing. She never expected a reply, until one day, she got one. This is a story that gently reminds us of the quiet magic of human connection, how helping others truly helps us heal, and the bittersweet beauty of learning to let go. It's about finding family in the most unexpected of places, and how love, even across the veil of loss, finds a way to ripple through the world. Dear Diane, it's strange, isn't it? The things we do when we're caught in the undertow of grief. When Dad died, it felt like the world just stopped. But life kept moving, and I was left standing still, holding on to a ghost. His old phone number became my confidant. Every night, after the house grew quiet and the tears had been silently shed, I'd pull out my phone and type. Just little things at first. "Good morning, Dad. The coffee's not the same without you." Then updates. "Got that promotion we talked about. Wish you were here to celebrate." Sometimes anger. "Why did you have to go? I'm so lost." And always, always the longing. "I miss you so much, it hurts." It was my ritual, my therapy, a one-sided conversation with the person I missed most. I knew the number had probably been disconnected, or maybe reassigned. I never expected a reply. Why would I? It was just for me, a way to keep him close, to keep speaking into the void. For 6 months, I did this. 6 months of pouring my heart out into the digital ether. Then, one Tuesday, something felt different. I hesitated before I texted, my fingers poised, like they were waiting for permission I didn't know I needed. There was no thunderclap, no whisper in the dark, just a weight in the air, like I wasn't alone anymore. I sent the message anyway. Then, as I scrolled through old photos of him, my phone buzzed. A new message from his number. My heart stopped, my breath hitched. It was a reply. "I'm not your dad," the message began, "but I lost my daughter last year. I hope it's okay that I read your messages. They've helped me more than I can say." I stared at it, tears blurring the words. Not Dad, but someone else. Someone who understood. His name was David. He explained that he'd gotten a new phone number a few months prior, and it turned out to be my dad's old one. He told me he'd lost his daughter, Clara, in a car accident just a few months before my dad passed. When my first message came through, he almost blocked it. It was too raw, too painful, seeing messages addressed to someone else's dad when all he wanted was to hear from his own child again. But something made him pause, and then stay, and then read. He said my words started to mirror his own unspoken grief, my anger, my longing, my updates about mundane life continuing without the one person you wish was there. They resonated. He'd found himself reading them, sometimes trying, sometimes feeling a strange sense of companionship. He hadn't known how to respond, or if he even should. But my last message, a simple, "I wish I could hear your voice just one more time," had broken him. And in that moment, he replied. And so a most unlikely friendship blossomed. We never met in person, never spoke on the phone. It was all text. A quiet, anonymous connection. No pressure, no expectations, just the comfort of knowing someone else understood the same shape of loss. We talked about our loved ones, the small joys that felt like betrayals, the waves of sadness that still crashed unexpectedly. We became each other's lifeline in the quiet hours of the night. Two strangers bound by invisible threads of shared sorrow and a desperate hope for healing. It's been almost 2 years now. We still text. Not every night, but regularly. A simple "thinking of you today" or an update on a small victory. Every year, on my dad's birthday, I send a message saying, "Happy birthday, Dad," wherever you are. And David replies, "Happy heavenly birthday to your father, Emily. Clara would have liked him." And on Clara's birthday, I text him. He doesn't need me to say her name. He knows. It's a bittersweet ritual. A silent promise that even in the darkest corners of grief, connection can bloom. With profound gratitude. Emily. Emily, thank you. Thank you for your honesty, your vulnerability, and the courage it took to share this story. In telling us about your grief and your unexpected connection with David, you've reminded us all that love isn't always lost when someone leaves. Sometimes it just changes form. And in the silence that follows loss, a new kind of echo can emerge, one that reminds us we're not alone. Your story reminds us that love and loss ripple through the world in mysterious, unexpected ways, that a message sent into the silence might not echo, but might be answered. It reminds us to trust those quiet moments of connection, no matter how unlikely they may seem, because they often hold the deepest healing. Stories like Emily's remind us of others we've told, people reaching out into the dark, unsure of what, if anything, will answer back. Sometimes the voice that responds isn't who we expect, but it's exactly who we needed. To all our listeners, if you're carrying a grief that feels too big to name, if you've ever spoken into the silence and hoped someone, anyone, might hear you, this story is for you. You're not strange for reaching out. You're not broken for still missing someone. And you're not alone in longing for answers that may never come. Sometimes, healing begins with a single message. One small act of remembrance, one moment of courage, one quiet reply that reminds you, you are seen, you are heard, and you matter. If Emily's story resonated with you, we invite you to share your own letters with Phoenix Fortis. Perhaps you've sent a message to someone you've lost through words, memories, or silent hope. Or maybe, like Emily, you found comfort and healing in an unexpected connection born from shared experience. This is a space to honor that journey, a place to say the things that still need saying. And please remember, if you are carrying grief, you are not alone. Sometimes the most unexpected replies are the ones that help us feel truly seen, deeply heard, and profoundly held. This wasn't a ghost story. This was a story about echoes, how love, shouted into the dark, can come back as light. This is what it means to rise. I'm Diane, and this has been Phoenix Fortis. We'll be back soon with another story of resilience, love, and the quiet ways we rise. Because sometimes the message we send into the void isn't lost. It waits. And in the right moment, it finds its way back to us. Until then, take care, and as always, keep rising.